Welcome to another episode of Rusted Rides. This week we're doing a Rustoleum paint job and adding metallic flake to the clear coat. Let's get into it. This is Cam's daily driver. It's better on gas in his truck, he can haul parts around in it, and it's pretty reliable. It does have a few panels that are slightly different colors of red, it has a few spots of rust starting, and the clear coat is peeling off most of the roof. So first things first, the car needed to be stripped down. I was not around for any of the work on this one, so I'm seeing all of this for the first time as I'm editing all the footage. Cam has taken apart more of these vans than a Dodge mechanic, so this was a very routine walk in the park for him. Once the car was stripped, it was time to sand everything down and start on bodywork. Like I said, this is Cam's daily driver and it's an old caravan, so he's only looking to clean up the rust and make everything one color again, not dial in every little defect and make this a show quality paint job. But it is going to look really good in the end. Once the car was sanded down, the rust spots were cleaned up and body filler applied. When the prep was pretty much done, the car had to be masked off. Done. Cam went over all the textured plastic one more time so that he could color match everything and update the look of the van.
How's it look on camera?
Pretty good so far.
Obviously, I could have done another 2 weeks worth of body work. 2 weeks. I'm not doing that. Here we are. It's the daily driver, and I'm not getting very extensive with this one. That is for sure. By the way, Tim's on vacation. I did not get invited to Cuba.
Tim's on vacation.
Thanks, Tim.
In Cuba? Holy smokes.
So I wasn't even gonna film this. This is just the daily driver, the beater. Just wanted it to be all one color, get a few rust spots cleaned up. And I priced out the paint. PHR Chrysler Inferno Red was quoted $1,200 even just for single stage. You could look it up if you want. So I took a paint chip in and just bought some rust paint from Canadian Tires, 20 bucks a quart. And this, other than having no metallic in it, it looks pretty close. We look at the bumper, which I gotta get a new bumper. I was at the pick and pull today. They didn't have any. So I'll have to put a new one on at some point. I'm gonna spray it red anyway. But yeah, that looks to be about the same shade. Regal red. Yeah, that should be close enough. Oh, let's see.
What do we got here?
Oh, it's not even close. Are you kidding? That does not indicate color in the can. Looks more like fire red. Oh well. So it's gonna pop. So we're gonna cut it 50-50, 50% Nason reducer, 50% trim clad. We're gonna put some hardener in it and lay it on. And yeah, I know it doesn't have any metallic in it, but we're gonna figure that out later on. We're gonna put it in the clear coat, and hopefully it looks a little more like factory paint. So we're gonna give that a shot. Where are these two bare metal spots?
I'll show you right here.
He's getting picky.
Maybe I am. Got the black, but sometimes when you get bare and bare metal on there, just a quick squirt of primer is always nice to avoid accidental runs. If there's one run right there and one run right there, you'll go, damn.
I think there's a solution for that. Yeah, it usually says paint and primer in one, but for some reason this quart doesn't anywhere. Oh well.
Hey, rust paint, what do they want, I guess?
That should be fine. Yeah, I'm getting rid of all the textured plastic too. That's why I didn't remove the handles. You scuff it down with 240, put high build primer on, and then hit it with a Scotch-Brite, and they'll be nice and shiny. There's all the textured plastic on it. It was looking pretty ugly. All right, enough chatting. Let's get some paint on it. People are always asking me, what air pressure do I run? I actually don't know because I can't read the gauge. But actually that's 20 there. I usually run 35 PSI and I turn the flow on the gun. This is 1.3 millimeter tip. It's just a $200 Princess Auto gun, Harbor Freight if you're in the States. But I turn the flow way down, 35 PSI, and you have about, I say about an 8-inch fan, and it'll lay it on really smooth. With this right, what we're about to do, I'm not trying to make it shiny. I want it all one color because we're gonna put the clear coat on tomorrow. That's international red, man. There's no mistaking that. All the base coat's on. Well, my idea of a base coat. We only filmed doing the first coat, and that went on really good. However, the second coat was giving me a lot of problems. I've always used Nason reducer and into the trim clad, and I've never had any problems until last night. It was doing this weird, it was almost curdling fisheye, and you saw what it was doing. You can see a little bit on the fender. I thought I was gonna have to shut the whole operation down and restart, but let it sit for a couple days, have to sand it. I managed to salvage it. So I had to mix the paint with Varsol, a little less thinned out than normal, and then follow up that first coat with 4 light coats. But you know what, for this it's good enough. So now I'm gonna get some clear coat on. So I guess today we're gonna try the Omni clear coat. I don't think I've used this on any of the videos yet. It's a cheap option, but it's pretty good clear. I've used it many a times. And I don't have any pearl or metallic additive to put in it. What I do have is some PS2 Chrysler silver, and it's got a heavy metallic in it. And I'm gonna put just enough into each batch of clear, not to alter the color. I'm hoping it dilutes it, and just that I get the metallic effect out of it. So we're gonna give that a shot. Probably just gonna practice a little bit on this bumper that I'm gonna replace anyway. And yeah, we'll try. It might look as factory as possible. I'm making fun of my measuring indicators here, but today's Sunday. There's no auto parts stores are open to get new mixing containers. That could have been my problem for last night. There could have been contaminants in it. Oil deposits. This is from the dollar store. $4. Nothing there is $1 anymore. No. This will work fine. It's a miracle of modern science, isn't it? So.
Oh yes, the multi-use coffee cup.
So we're not gonna use much of this. Like I said, I do not want it to alter the color. I just want the, look, there's all kinds of metallic and pearls in that. So I figured just a dab of this, there's really no textbook way of doing it. So I don't know, like I said, we're just gonna try it out on the back bumper and then see,
See what happens.
Oh man, I think I put way too much in it. It just looks like silver.
Cam was right. It was way too much. He ended up dumping it out and mixing new, but the footage of that got messed up. Sorry. Basically, add a drip or two at a time and mix. You want to still be able to see through it, but also see lots of flakes of metallic. Let's continue. When the paint on the van had cured and it was safe to touch, it was time to reassemble everything. Cam thought he would like the grille red. I didn't mind it, but he has sat with it and has decided he wants to go back to black. What are your thoughts? Also, what color rims do you think would really finish things off? Leave your recommendations in the comments.
What are you doing? Alright.
Alright, so that's happening, eh, kitty? Crazy cat.
Did you have fun in Cuba?
It was good. It was good. Did you have fun over here?
Oh yeah, I do enjoy painting.
Yeah, no kidding. Alright, so I've been gone for a week. I was in Cuba, but Cam, you were very busy. You've been painting your daily.
Yeah, just, well, like we said before, it was getting pretty hideous.
It was, yeah. Why don't you go over, I mean, I guess everyone saw, but, you know, it was multicolored. It was all red, it was multicolored.
Yeah, it had been touched up so many times. This sliding door had been done. It had clear coat, was all peeling off along the top. And, you know, everybody was saying, it's not that bad. Why are you going to bother? Well, because I can.
Yeah.
So, a couple honorable mentions. If you're going to be doing what I did and you're not putting the proper pearl additive in the clear coat that is for that, we go back, I was dumping just silver paint in it.
Yeah.
Be very, very small amounts, just drop at a time. Because you see the first footage we got in slow motion of putting it in, that was way too much. It was going to look like there was just silver overspray all over the car. Couple little runs I got to buff out. I was pouring it on pretty heavy. Trying, because the Tremclad, it did something weird this time. It was just not, it was just fighting with the Nason reducer.
Huh.
I don't know, it almost looked like the whole thing fisheyed, so.
Really?
Yeah, I was able to salvage it.
Okay.
Though, so.
Yeah.
I'll have Tim pop a picture from Google of one of these, this 2005 Sport model. I would say this is close enough to the factory color.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dang good. I like that you painted the door handles on this thing and like did the color match, and even on the grill, like it looks sportier. I feel like now.
Yeah, it's not. It's not textured plastic anymore. That was the other thing that was bugging me too. All the textured plastic was faded on it.
Yeah.
It was turned gray. Door handles, scuffed these down with 240 high build primer on them. Scuffed them again. They come out really smooth. They look like the paintable ones. But yeah, I don't know. For cheap, I'm around just $400 in supplies. That's sandpaper, tape, the 2 quarts of the paint, gallon of clear coat. So
That's pretty good, man.
we do the math. 400. Like I said, I was quoted. Did this color originally PR4? I think it is. It's very expensive. I said I was quoted $1,200 for it. So I saved $800,
Yeah.
and that's more than I paid for it. So it's more than I paid for the whole van.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I'm not. I wasn't gonna spend more money on the paint than what it's worth.
That's wild. Man, I feel like you can't get anything for $800 these days.
Yeah. This cat's driving me nuts. I tried getting rid of him, and he's
Yeah, it wouldn't go out the door.
no. It's cold out. It's too cold for him.
And his claws are dug right in.
Ugh.
Okay, right on. Well, I think it turned out fantastic, man. So like having that red with that clear with the fleck, the metallic flake in it is so cool.
It turned out a lot better than I thought. I'm very happy with
And it
it.
looks so good. Like honestly, like the black and the red look so good together. Like you were saying, somebody commented on your Facebook post about doing black rims and doing some black accents. Like it looks good this way. All right, so that's it. Another episode of Rusted Rides that I had nothing to do with, but you did a good
Yeah, I
job.
hope they enjoyed the first time I had to host one by myself.
Yeah,
for the most
yeah.
part.
Now I got to edit it all together. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. We'll see you guys next time.
Get the crazy cat man on camera.
Yeah, there he is, just hanging out.
Thanks for watching.